All right. Good morning, GDQ. I am the ThePiPiper. I am here to get you hyper. As Kara said, we're going to be running this game with this really cute robot, and there's great opportunities for donations. So I want to hear your guys' best robot puns, and I want to know who your favorite fictional robot or robot adjacent character. Joining me today, we have...
Hi, I'm Weptlong. I've never played this game before, but my favorite robot is K9.
Hello, I am sSolarist. I've also never played this game before, but I love myself some BMO.
And I'm OnixpectedOtter, and I've also never played the game before, and my favorite robot is Wally.
Awesome. And then, as I said, I'm the ThePiPiper. My favorite robot is the Iron Giant. And then just curious, over to our host, Kara, who's your favorite robot?
You know, even though I have an Iron Giant tattoo, I am going to go with my boy, my son, K2SO.
Awesome, love it. Guys, so this is it's an indie game that came out in 2023 for Steam and is now on Switch as well. There's a few different game modes that we're going to be going over. So what we're going to be doing is an any % normal run. So our 4 modes that we have are very easy, normal, and insane. Very easy is the only run that actually has less enemies and less obstacles to go through. And then the difference between the rest is how many times you can get hit before the game resets. So for very easy, you can get hit up to 5 times before the level resets. For easy, you can get hit up to 3 times before the level resets. And normal and insane, you can get hit at least once and then the level resets. The difference between normal and insane is that if you die 7 times through the entire course of your run in an insane run, it deletes your save file and you have to start from the beginning. So we're at GDQ, marathon safe. We're going to be doing a normal any % run. We have all trophies, any % into secrets, and we'll be going over those as we go throughout. But any %, we just have to beat all 52 levels as quick as possible. Now, crowd, what I need from you guys is that this is GDQ, so I'm probably going to die. I'm gonna be honest, it's not the goal, but we're gonna have a surprise for you guys at the end. So if you guys can just shout out and Couch help out, every time I just die, just shout out whatever number it is, 1, 2, 3, etc. And I think I covered anything. Any last alibis, Couch?
Thanks for having us. We're super excited for the run.
Yeah.
All right, if we can get a count in from 3.
3, 2, 1, go!
All right, so first off, we're starting. So we're ZX, this cute little robot guy right here, and we are basically a glorified toaster with AI. And so right now, we're going through all of our test trials. So we'll see the scientists that create us in the background watching us. And one of the things I love about this game, right, we started from a new file. So if you guys bought this game and played it, this is exactly where you would start. You're immediately running through the game, and it's just, you're immediately gaining progress. I love this. It's commonly referred to as conveyance, probably most famous for Egoraptor sequelitis, which I absolutely love. So right off the bat, we're just doing runs and jumps. So later we'll get dash. So this is commonly just a 2D platform with running and jumping. One of the things I do want to talk about is patch 1.3, which is probably the biggest thing that's happened for speedrunning for this game overall. So back in September, the dev actually released a patch which allowed shortcuts like the one that we just saw, which absolutely just destroyed that level super quick. It also added other things, including 20 bonus levels completely for free, which we won't be showcasing, but maybe at a future GDQ, or if one of you guys wants to start speedrunning it.
1.
Then we'll be able to showcase that later. One of the things I do want to talk about is take a look at these beautiful backgrounds. They're absolutely gorgeous. So that's, ooh,
2.
It's a really tight jump right there. So the devs spent actually 4 years working on these backgrounds alone, pixel by pixel, click for click. And the backgrounds alone, we're going to go for safety here since we did take 2 deaths, which is okay. And took pixel per pixel, and it's 1.25 million pixels alone just for the backgrounds. So there's a lot of love and care put into this game, which is absolutely awesome. Right now, I do want to say thank you guys so much for donating to meet that incentive, so we get to showcase all the robots that we have, which we'll be doing here very shortly. So this is our first upgrade station. We're going to be getting 4 upgrades throughout this run. The first one that we get is a double jump. So in this game, our double jump actually makes sense because we're a robot who gets rocket boosters. Unlike other games where, I don't know, maybe you're a rat in like a suit and all of a sudden you can just magically jump in midair. If somebody can explain the physics on how a rat can do that, I'd love to hear it. So please donate.
Please send in your double jumping rats.
Yeah, please. On top of those puns, your favorite robot, and let's meet that incentive for Star Wars. So this is the end of the tutorial, basically. So this is, we're finally done. We've done all of our challenges, and something's gone awry. And so these are our previous robots. So this is the showcase that you guys donated for. This is the love letter to the 80s. These are all the robots that came before ZX. So I'm going to kick it over to my couch to explain who these guys are.
So we got Mini Godzilla. Rather than completing assigned tasks, the robot found joy in seeking out tiny houses and obliterating them.
Right here we got Project T790, or as I like to call him, Arnold, a robot with insatiable wanderlust through time. Its display remains uncertain in present, future, or past.
This one's Marvin B. He was too smart for any of the tests. He wasn't challenged. He became depressed and asked to be turned off.
And then this is Invisible Bob. He's there, right, chat? You guys see him too. So assessing his progress provided impossible for observers. All testing tasks were executed invisibly. So that's our robot showcase. Thank you guys so much again for donating towards that. And now our next incentive that we got to donate for is that Star Wars. So please get those donations in. And then these shortcuts that we're going through right there, that was added in 1.3. Before that patch, we just had to sit around and wait and destroy all those robots. So we really appreciate that as speedrunners that we're able to just zoom through that level. So what we saw there was the entry of Bad Bert. Yep, our bad guy in this game is aptly named Bad Bert. I think, what'd you call it, Wept? Like,
self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, that's what it is, yeah. So, right, either his parents just knew that he was not going to be good and aptly named him Bad Bert, or maybe he just, leaned into his name. So, unfortunately, he used to be a scientist with us and now wants to actually steal the blueprint for ZX to create his own evil robot. And right there, that's our first major skip of the run. So we were supposed to go right, but instead we went left, doing that double jump, sneaking through there and getting it. We're about to enter our first boss. The things I love about these bosses is that it doesn't give us like some crazy blaster that we only use 4 times. We're gonna be using our double jump and our intellect to beat this guy. So we can see when he lands, he destroys the platforms under him. And that's our hint that, hey, we gotta destroy all the floors under him. So the strategy, we're gonna be having him jump as close as possible to destroy 2 rows per each. And this is a great time for some donations. So I'm gonna kick it over to you, Kara.
Fantastic. Fun fact, him being named Bad Bert is an example of what's called nominative determinism.
Oh.
Nice, learned a
Little
new thing.
educational moment. We've got so many amazing donations. We have $10 from a lost donor in need of help. Oh no, Kara told me we're trying to hit the Dark Forces incentive, but I don't know how to make my donation count towards that. I'll put this one towards the host choice, but maybe she can remind me of how that works. You bet I can. When you head over to gamesdonequick.com/donate, all the way at the bottom, right before you submit that donation, there will be a little box that lets you put that donation towards a specific incentive. So make sure to select that and select the Dark Forces All Secrets Upgrade incentive. And I hope that helps all of those lost donors in need of help.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kara. So now we're going to be moving into our next upgrade. This is the most important upgrade for the speedrun because it's the dash ability, or how I like to call it, the Go Fastinator. So, right, we need to be going as fast as possible. And the big thing about this run is that we're going to be trying to hit as many cycles. So we want to not bonk here, and then we're going to try and slide here, and perfect first try. Yo, let's get some hype for that. Woo. All right, so big thing with this is cycles, right? So we're gonna see a lot of skips, and the skips are only gonna skip maybe a platform or two, but that skips to that platform or two is actually gonna let us skip a cycle. This is our first major tech that we're gonna see, so this level is called Poor Emily, and right there we did a coyote jump. So similar to what we saw in Flushed Away with coyote jumps, named after Wile E. Coyote, as long as we don't look down, we don't know that the ground's no longer there. So by dashing, we're able to dash really quickly and then double jump twice in midair, which is not intended, which allows us to get a little bit of boost. If you guys missed it, don't worry. This is another great opportunity for a coyote jump that's a lot easier to see. And there it is. So we get that double jump, got it first try, which is super awesome. And then this is what I was talking about. So the intended strategy is to go above those, but because we hit that cycle, we're able to go under, saving about a second. So these air blasts are actually really frustrating. So they're RNG on how high I go. Nice, and we skip that cycle for that fire. So I have to quickly adapt to how high it goes, figure out how many times I need to jump, and then be able to get through that level. And then Web, can you describe jumping in this game for the audience?
So this game has haptic jumping. So the longer you press the button, the higher you're gonna go. We tell ZX to jump, he asks how high.
All right, so right now what we're trying to do is a snoop jump skip. And right now we're not quite getting enough height. And there it is.
There we go.
All right, so we skipped about half the level there. It took a few tries, but that's all right. So what snoop jumping is, it's a jump, right? So as Web described, haptic jumping, right? So what I need to do is I need to hold X the exact amount of time to get the maximum amount of jump. And then in that time in which we're at the top of our jump, I have to release and re-push X. So I got about 3 frames to be able to get those. And what that jump's going to be used for a lot is getting to areas that the dev didn't intend for us to reach, which we're gonna skip anywhere from a third to half of a level level, which is going to save major time and actually opens us up to one of the biggest skips later in this run called Chattering Teeth, which is going to save about 9 seconds. And a really tight skip there. And then this level's annoying because once again, we got a bunch of these air blasters, and we're going to hope that we're going to do a little bit of safety. That way I don't get air blasted right into destruction. And then, as I said earlier, the dev calls this his love letter to the 80s. So for those of you who grew up on arcade games, this is going to be like Gradius or Galaga, things like that it's going to be referenced. And then I briefly talked about other runs. So the other option that we have is an all trophies run, which requires you to get flawless, which means that you have to collect all these bolts that we see in the level. This is the only level that we're going to be going for a flawless, because what this level takes is either 55 seconds, or once you collect all the bolts, the level ends, which we're able to save a maximum of about 5 seconds. So we're going to go through, collect all these bolts. So while we do that, if we can get some more donations.
Absolutely. I'm going to try to speed run through some of this robot love.
Yes.
Got $10 from Mons, who says, my favorite robot is Soundwave from Transformers.
Nice.
Shout out to my partner, Chevy. I love you. Less than 3. We have $50 from Streaming for Crickets, who says, I'm probably dating myself here, but can we get some love for Johnny Five from the short circuit movies circa 1986?
Nice.
We have $10 from Sly Dante. Going with a bit of a dark horse here, but off the top of my head, one of my favorite robots is Gordus from Tales from the Borderlands.
Nice.
Keep up the great
Love
work
Borderlands.
and good luck.
Incredible picks, everybody.
Awesome. And then what you guys might have noticed was I actually changed to a different strategy for that last run. So if you guys remember, kind of like in Galaga on the arcade, you can either hold the button, it's going to go at a certain speed, or we're going to be able to mash even quicker than the game allows. So we're able to mash at the end, gain a little bit of extra speed right there. And that was a huge shortcut right there. We skipped a bit. So how dashing works is when we dash, if we hold the direction that we're dashing, we'll actually go further. So actually, what I don't want to do, we do want to touch grass there to get fish skip. Let's see if we get it.
His worst nightmare.
I know, touching grass. Oh, and we missed it.
Very close.
It's all right. 3. Oh, 4. All right, so this is what I was talking about, where we don't want to hold right, and then we're going to go for fish skip one more time. Oh, no, I was too slow. So unfortunately, we are going to not touch grass like a true speedrunner, so that's all right. So we do have to wait for this fish cycle, and then we'll be able to keep going through this level, which is fine.
While you're swimming, can I jump in with a quick update?
Absolutely.
I just want to remind everyone out there that we have a bid war still open for our next run, Rakugaki, to pick the outfit choice. Right now, Sailor Moon is pretty far in the lead with 1,135, but Deku and Goku are still in it. So if you want to see one of those other outfits, you still got time to snipe that bid war.
Awesome. And then right there, we did a snoop jump into it, a dash reset. So Solar, can you talk about dash resetting real quick?
Yeah, so a few new mechanics here. Usually when you dash in this game, there's going to be a small buffer period before you can dash.
Nice.
Gorgeous.
Right, great, right there. In these next levels and previously right there, we're going to see when he's dashing really fast, he's going to insert these micro jumps in between the dashes to reset that buffer period so he can just do it more quickly.
5.
As we're also going through these levels here, we're going to see these new enemies, these laser guys. These guys are going to lock onto you, so you're going to see Pi consistently trying to break the line of sight to get a little bit more speed through these levels and not get destroyed by those lasers.
So this is the second hardest level of the speed run. So it's a lot of fine tuning. So as Solar was saying, we got to go the perfect distance right there to break line of sight. And then we're going to be doing multiple skips. So this is one skip right there. And then we're going to try and do a major skip right here, which we have to be at the perfect height. Oh, otherwise he hits us. We'll go for it one more time since we're here at JDQ. Can I get some hype for this?
You got this, bud.
All right, here we go. This is the one. The trademark, the one. Those who watch my stream know every single one's the one. And there it is.
There we go.
Nice. All right, so this is our third upgrade. So what we're going to be doing over here is we're going to be hitting these orbs. And these are going to give us infinite jump. And then we're going to be doing a skip right here. Oh, that was really close,
swag,
but we
though.
still got the swag. We got the swag. That's what matters. And so we get about 2 seconds, and I'm going to be mashing X as quick as possible. This level I like to call Goldilocks because we need to do jumps. Ooh, 7. That aren't too high and aren't too low to be able to skip 2. Ooh.
8.
Not too high, not too low. That way we can get our skips. That way we can hit this cycle. So this is gonna be really tight, and we made that cycle.
Nice.
And now we got one more cycle, so we're gonna wait here, and then we're gonna slide right under this guy, and that's about 5 seconds if we don't die that we save.
Soup was a little hot, but we made it.
We made it. All right, this is one of the harder levels that we were talking about where we're gonna skip about a third of it. So we're supposed to go left right here, but instead we're gonna snoop jump up there. Nice, we get about 1 pixel to touch that magnetic wall, and we got it. So we skip about a third of that level, skip a cycle right there, and then we're saving major time for that.
Huge.
Can I jump in with an amazing update?
Absolutely.
We have passed the 50% mark on that Star
Nice.
Wars Dark Forces incentive. That is $7,500 out of that $15,000 incentive. Let's keep that momentum going, chat. Let's get those secrets.
Nice, awesome. All right, we're good for donations for a little bit because we're gonna have an auto scroller after this, so you can keep going.
You got it. Speaking of Star Wars, we have $50 from Lancer X, who says, best robot plus Star Wars crossover? Gotta be R2-D2. Wow!
Big shout out,
Oh my God,
Lancer.
that was
Thank you very much.
fantastic.
Thank you.
We have $25 from RJ, who says, favorite robot? It's gotta be the Blue Bomber. Good luck, Pi. Also, hi to all the Psyducks in the crowd.
Ooh.
We have $100 from Delia Lemon, who says, congrats on your first GDQ. I wrote a little something to commemorate this moment. The hour is early, but spirits are high as a tiny little robot rockets on by. With every leap and spaceship chase, the timer ticks down with no time to waste. The ThePiPiper speeds through an electric debut at the one and the only AGDQ.
Awesome. Thank you, Delia. I love you.
We have $25 from Moonblaze Wolf, who says, while waving a hand, these are not the puns you're looking for.
Beautiful. All right, we're about to enter into our third and final mini boss, which is a space tarantula. And so he's going to push us to go really fast. So if I can get a bye tarantula, because we're just going to outrun him through this entire thing because we're speedrunners.
Bye.
Don't worry, he cheats, so he's going to be jumping to the end. But we got some time for some more donations.
Fantastic. Speaking of puns, we have $5 from Deloodles, who says, robot joke. Why don't robots have any brothers?
I don't know why.
Because they only have trans sisters.
Beautiful.
Trans liberation. Good luck, have fun.
Hey, Solar, do you know why the robot was so tired after he got out of the car?
I don't know, Pi, tell me.
Because he had a hard drive. Awesome. All right, so we got a bunch of cutscenes that we're skipping, but Onyx, can you explain what's going on in the story for the people back at home?
Yeah, of course. At this point, Badbert has gotten those blueprints. He's made his own little robot called, wait, I forgot the name. Avatari. And he takes that little robot and puts it in an even bigger robot and makes his own personal Gundam, who immediately turns on him, punches him, breaks his empathy blockers, and makes him realize that he was wrong all along, and he's now back on our side. So the enemy is now Avatari.
Nice. Love those kind of tropes. I think the one that I love the most is probably from Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Curse. So shout out to Scooby-Doo.
Huge shout out, Scooby-Doo.
Shout
All right.
out to Emily.
Shout out to Emily. This is our fourth and final upgrade that we're going to get. So those of you who have played Celeste absolutely love that game. This is very similar to the Feather ability in that. So as, I don't know if you guys remember, but Tej ran Celeste a couple years ago. So I'm actually using a similar format for that, where I'm going to be using a DualSense, then using my joystick for that. But as Threech actually described during Super Mario Maker earlier during this marathon, which was absolutely awesome, there is a transition phase similar to like when you go into or out of a pipe. So what we're going to be doing is actually avoiding using this upgrade as many times as possible because it's just slow. We're going to lose a second real time each way. So the first time that we're going to see that skip is going to be right here with another Snoop jump. So we're supposed to be going into these, which would take about a second, and boom, we skip it right there, and then we just dash across, completely avoiding that.
And here you see these little red pixels popping up on the screen. Our mortal enemy, Avatari, is trying to regress the world into a 1-bit state, turn everything into Pong. But we're going to focus up for a big skip here.
Yeah, so this is Chattering Teeth. Ooh, we'll go for it again. It requires 6 near frame perfect skips. So we start with the Snoop, and then we're going to dash through here. Ooh, we'll go for it again. What is that?
11.
11? All right. 12.
12. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Oh, I think this is it.
Nice.
There we go.
Beautiful.
So that's the biggest skip of the game. That saves about 9 seconds when we get first try. And then we got to be really careful right there, and we made it.
Huge.
Awesome, huge.
Can I jump in with a couple donations?
Absolutely.
We have $250 from Dully59. Says, good luck, love you. Bzz.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank
Love
you.
you.
We also have $100
13.
from T. Driard. I hope I'm saying that right. Says, thanks for all you're doing. Thank you for all these donations.
Awesome. Thank you so
Terry.
much. All right, you got time for some more.
Fantastic. So many robot donations, including a crossover here. We have $10 from Avarice, who says, incoming order, double jumping rats, processing, processing. error, undeclared variable, rats on line 1.
See, that's what I kept getting when I was trying to figure this whole thing out.
Right?
It's a pretty common error, I think.
Yeah. So this level's all about trust and faith. So Couch, do you have trust in me?
Oh, yeah.
Huge trust.
All right, good. So we just gotta trust that I'm doing everything right. We missed that cycle. We trust that we're on the right cycle and that we don't run into these guys.
Oh. I'm putting even more trust, faith, trust, and robot rust into this next one.
All right, robot rest. Here we go. All right, so this is a lot of really precise timing where as long as we do everything right, we kind of just narrowly avoid it. So it's like I said, it's a lot of trust. We need to make sure that we're on the right cycle because if you start to doubt yourself and you start to slow down, you're probably going to die. And that's probably the hardest thing that took me while learning this was just putting a lot of trust in myself and just going for those hard skips. And that really helped save time.
Nice.
So back to patch 1.3, it added secrets. So this is that other category I was talking about. You can see that computer chip over there. So in all secrets, you're actually required to collect all of those. I'm the only speedrunner right now who goes for this strategy over here because it's a safety strat. If we went the other way, it'd be about 2 seconds faster, but it would require a lot of frame perfect jumps and things like that. And it's just not worth it, especially during a marathon. All right. Into our next level, so we're going to be going for a swag trick here because why not? Oh, where are we at, guys?
13.
13. Thank you, guys.
Can I jump in real quick? We
Yeah,
have a donation
absolutely.
from a celebrity.
Oh.
We have $5 from GLaDOS.
Oh.
Who says, hello, GDQ. This next test involves turrets. You remember them, right? They're the pale spherical things that are full of bullets. Oh, wait. That's you in 5 seconds. Good luck.
Beautiful GLaDOS reading. So what we're doing right here is we can only hit these mines while we're in this energy phase, and we're actually able to hit those mines before they fully spawn in, which ends up saving time, and then we should get a cycle skip right there,
Nice.
and we got it. Nice. All right, so flash warning. So this is one of our other skips, so I gotta do everything really precisely here, and then we're gonna get about 8 pixels where we're gonna slide in. So it's gonna look really narrow. So clench your butts, because here we go. All right, I need
Big
to
fall.
not hit anything while I fall here. All right,
Nice.
slide
Nice.
through there, and here
Next
it is.
one.
Oh, you
Come
make
on.
it. Oh, you make it.
And that's where you gotta just trust yourself that you're gonna make it. Absolutely incredible. Love to get that first try. Let's get some hype for that again. Come on.
Let's go.
Speaking of hype, we just passed $7,777.77
Amazing.
worth that incentive.
Thank you guys so much
Awesome.
for donating.
Keep those donations coming.
This
That
is our-
Thank
momentum
you.
going.
This is our penultimate level, so it's a bit of an auto-scroller. So Couch, I'm gonna give you this opportunity to do any of your shout-outs.
Yeah, shout outs to GDQ. Thanks for hosting this event. Shout outs to BCF. You're doing great work.
A huge shout out to the tech crew. If we could get a round of applause for the tech crew, that'd be amazing. Thank you to the family at home. Thank you for Pi for inviting us out, and a big happy birthday to Megan.
And shout out to the crowd. Thanks for being here and giving
Thank you,
bringing that
guys.
hype. And shout outs to all the robots all around the world watching right now.
Nice, so
Especially
you got
you,
that
GLaDOS.
skip right there.
Yeah, especially GLaDOS.
All right, this is our final boss. So Onyx explained, right? We can see Avatari there, our little robot inside our big robot, which is just a Gundam. And we're gonna be finishing this up. So I'm gonna take this time just to kind of talk about some stuff. So my first game Sun Quick that I watched was actually 10 years ago in 2015, which is absolutely wild. I actually watched it while I was forward deployed to the Middle East, and one of the things that GDQ does so well that I'm so grateful for is an absolute community. So I really appreciate the entire community here. They're absolutely welcoming, and it's been great, and the speedrunning community has been great. The GDQ after that, there's a 100% Mega Man X run, and I adore Mega Man X. I know it looks like we're playing Mega Man with this blue robot, but we're not. But I tried my hand at speedrunning for the first time, just watching that VOD over and over and over again, trying to get a trick, and I couldn't do a single trick. So I gave up on speedrunning. I was like, I'm never doing this, it's too hard, and completely gave up on speedrunning. I'm like, but Pi, you're on GDQ right now, so what changed? The year after, Darkman78 and Jimmy Poopins taught me how to run Strider live on this GDQ stage, and I gave Strider a try, and I was able to become in the top 20 runners in Strider as my first speedrun game with a great community. So huge shouts to the Strider guys. So if you guys are wondering, like, hey, this is crazy, how do I get into this? Join the Discords, watch the YouTubes, keep supporting, and try it. Just give it a go. The other thing, so we're gonna be entering our last phase here. There's a few skips, so I'll try and mix that in. But for the speedrunners that are out there, they're like, hey, I'm intimidated by GDQ. I don't know if I'm good enough. go ahead, submit. I was on a 2-year stream hiatus before this, had a speedrunning game in 2 years, and then decided to try this game, submitted it, and made it here. I don't have the world record. I'm not the biggest streamer in the world, and I was able to do it. So go ahead and do it. And we skipped right there.
Nice.
And then we're gonna ride this, and then our time's gonna end when I hit X on continue. So it's gonna be in about 3 seconds. So he's gonna explode, and that's time. Nice. What do we get?
22-19.
Nice. Beautiful.
Oh no.
Oh, rust in
CX.
peace.
Oh no.
Rust in peace,
Rest in peace. Just kidding, guys. We have Avatari here who's going to bring up. Last shout-outs, I do want to say, shout-outs to W Radion. Thank you so much for being the first runner in this and setting everything up on speedrun.com. Without you, I wouldn't be here and much of the community wouldn't be. If you guys are interested in running this game, check out speedrun.com where we have our Discord. And you guys can catch me on Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, and Blue Sky. Just search ThePiPiper and you'll find me. And huge shout-outs to Super Mario Maker community for constantly challenging me, being my stream team, help me raise so much more money. And did I forget anything, Couch? Oh, I did. How many deaths do we get? 14. Awesome. I'm going to be donating $10 for every death for $140 after this. I know our Couch has agreed to it, and then as well as our host. So guys, if you want to help match that, $140, $10 per death, it'd be great. Anyways, I've been the ThePiPiper, and this has been
Amazing.